Hey, it's me, Big P. Want to do a day 3 update. Doing a tier 16 map and gonna get my Eater quest done on video here. Just mousing over my gear. Did make a slight upgrade to the axe. Just throwing essences at stuff. Most of the gear is the same as yesterday, I think. Although we have put a tincture in the mix. I'm not sure how good this is, but dot multi. 21 dot multi, even if it is conditional, is pretty good. We have dipped into using clarity and vitality on an arrogant support to reserve some life, since we're not using a lot of our whole life pool considering how much stuff we're blocking, but block itself is kind of inconsistent at its core, and we've run into some issues there, as well as just the fact that bleed is not winning any DPS races here. I guess I'll try and full clear the map. Not much to say. I am IDing shields and still looking to upgrade weapons, because weapon upgrades could be pretty huge. The pride on the Herald of Purity, if that makes sense, has been a little inconsistent on some stuff like Harbingers, or any fights that are like this is a good example of one where it's like, if you're not constantly hitting and resummoning your Sentinels of Purity, then you're not going to get the pride. So just pay attention to the pride in the bottom right corner there and see how much that is up. You're going to have to take a look, and I really don't want to do any of that stuff. I don't want to risk breaking the map. Just lucky block is just crazy. Like right here, we're probably going to lose the Herald of Purity setup. We will see. I did do my X-Arc, but I used almost every single portal on it. Lead DPS is leaves something to be desired, but I will say, unless you're full screen clearing this sort of shit, this league mechanic seems pretty tricky. I don't know how other people are faring. Oh god, this is fucking nuts. There we go. Okay. So, as I predicted, the league mechanic encounters being made up of insane numbers of enemies. Pretty good when it comes to block. I'm gonna do the essence later if they do it at all. I kind of want this video to be shorter so that we can do it, but it's not gonna be, because I'm doing bleed DPS numbers here. Still on a 5 link. 6 link would be volatility, which should be decent now that I have a big axe, or a decent enough axe. Other than that, I gotta say, I think I'm looking into maybe. I don't know if we'll be able to do Uber. Almost certainly won't be able to do Uber Elder on this, because Uber Elder does have a lot of ground degen that would be a lot of issues on a block-based build. Not to mention, Uber Elder is the sort of fight that is basically a DPS check. If you do not have a really good DPS and cannot clear well, or can't clear the bosses quickly, the stadium becomes, or arena rather, becomes very tricky. Oh, see right there. Oh, almost got him. This is a pretty bad boss for us to fight, considering she really has a lot of those whatchamacallits. Where'd she go? A lot of her attacks like this one are damage over time, which we do not have a good time against. We're able to block that. She does appear to be hexproof. Basically cannot even sustain that damage for even a small amount of time. It also makes those pools as well, so that's always fun. Yeah, anytime you see her wind up for that, you're gonna have to see. Most bosses you can kind of sit still on. Not so with this one. She is giving us a lot of problems. Right here, there you go. See, if you're not paying attention, it could be tricky. I have a lot of issues with this boss. Let's see, she go for it again. There it is. Just break it on one of the pillars. really slow DPS, and I don't think Eater is going to be much better, honestly, unfortunately. Real rough DPS. Now the tincture isn't tincture uptime isn't as bad as I thought it would be. It's actually pretty solid. That should be enough. Alright, there we go. And yeah, let's just do the invitation just because I want to get it out of the way. Can get into it more, you know, now that I don't have to run the stuff. What are you going for? I guess we'll just put them up here. Once I'm almost done with the Atlas completion, as far as rare maps go, just filling out, you know, some favorite map slots, some basic shit. Very basic first week progression. And let's see how this one goes. So a lot of these should be hits. Let's just stand still and tank a bit. Turn on our tincture, and there's our single target DPS. Blocking a lot of stuff. PoE hasn't changed much. I'm still looking for, I think a life on block shield would actually kind of be overkill. I don't really need it. Let's see if we can block this. Okay, he went the wrong way. That's funny. I find this fight to be way easier, just generally speaking, than Exarch, the ball phase. Like, for some reason on a leap slam build, I'm like unable to really make out exactly where I am. Alright. Block it. Come on. Can we block that? I can't. They will definitely have to dodge those water orbs, unfortunately, if they do get close enough. So again, really the best part of Gladiator is just being on a build where you can just kind of stand still, straight up, like literally stand still on this sort of a... We got energized spheres. Like, this is a much more doable phase than let's block it. There you go. See, just block everything he does. Turn on your tincture. You gotta walk away from those things, but I think this will be okay. And this will probably be the end of updates until a more definitive build guide near the end of the week, if we do that at all. Just because there's probably, you know, a lot better build makers making stuff on this. I'm just kind of run out of ideas. Well, it's not that I'm out of ideas. It's just I don't really want to invest a crazy amount into an attack build. This is kind of way better at mapping than it is at bossing, but I have a, you know, but mappers can get much better, you know, it's not a, can you even block those hits too? Like, this shit is crazy. Block it. See, like, Gladiator just has its benefits, as you can see here. It's just a very, like, his entire kit, there's very, okay, one hit got through there for however long this fight's been going through. And you can dodge stuff if it makes you feel better, but it's really not necessary in those situations. Oh shit. Can we block hunger? No, okay. So that's without the, I don't know, that's probably coded as an attack. Can't really say. Although I guess this seems to be okay. There you go. See, and now so much like Uberil, it does appear that this arena is filling up with a bunch of bullshit debuffs that are kind of annoying to get through. And a lot of the smaller hits, we're gonna dodge that. Okay, now that once you proc a small hit from like little tentacles, it feels much better. You know, the lucky block, if, you know, it is if you've blocked recently, so it is relatively conditional and virtually 100% uptime in maps, but can be tricky. So I'm gonna start blocking now. I don't want to get too proud of that. We don't have to block anymore. Hit him, remember, turn on your Pride Aura. Let's block it. There you go. We'll walk out of that one just because got stuff to do today. One more of these lovely, lovely, lovely spheres. Spheres on spheres. Let's go. Very cool. Where's the last one? Okay, right here. Turn on all our shit and get the last bit of damage we need in there. There you go.
I can't do this just yet.
Come on now, buddy. You're done. Hunger, boom, and you're dead. Very cool. Builds level 91 and that's the progress that you want on the first weekend. We will probably have to buy the carries for, maybe we could try Maven, but like I don't know. DPS has really kind of hit a plateau now in the end game. I don't think we're gonna push it that much more. We're gonna try and move into something else, if not a good mapper. Then something that can maybe run tier 17s. I think I will revisit this to set it up as a tier 17 farmer, because it does seem like, you know, if not necessarily bleed, Gladiator is just a really good template for a well-rounded melee character. There's definitely a lot of more like powerful stuff, but I think on a budget, it's definitely done its job here. And yeah, that's the end of the beginning, I think, as far as this league is concerned. And the rest of it we'll see. I'm definitely going for 36 challenges. And I'm considering a couple different builds. I want to make another magic finder, not so to speak. I'm going to do, think Death South got buffed, and I want to run that. I haven't run that in about a year. And then we also have Archmage. I want to try the Ball Lightning of Orbiting. That seems really fun. I don't want to do the Ice Nova again. But that was really strong. The Archmage builds are really strong, and I want to try that. I think there's a lot of interesting opportunities for pretty good rare gear all around, but maybe we'll just play on this character a bit more, get a decent map pool, figure out, you know, if it's worth farming for div cards, or maybe layout is more important now. If layout isn't that important, I think we're just gonna go breach on the beach. I gotta see exactly what can drop there. I'm not sure if like there's more div cards that can drop than the ones that are shown, because beaches are actually kind of shitty. I don't know if the Leviathan is any good, and the rest of them just not really interested in. Maybe I can scry like burial chambers onto it, or whatever has the headhunter. I don't know, we'll see. Farming strats do seem a bit up in the air now, but we do have currency exchange, so I'll probably just drop down now to like farm some essences and yellow maps, just chill out, try and pump my progress of the league mechanic. And then beyond that, we're just gonna chill, take it easy. Path of Exile is a marathon, not a sprint, and you know, that's kind of why I'm okay with the bleed. Glad it does feel pretty great for mapping, generally speaking, with just, you know, some little chinks in the armor, really the big one being damage over time and things like that. We have fully upgraded the Pantheon now that I did swap over to Malevolence actually, so that's even with, you know, an extra damage aura on top of Pride, Brine King, so we don't get frozen, even though like I've clicked on strong boxes and any other build would be dead, but the 90% block, or the luckily block, let's call it, very funny to stay alive in many situations that you should be dead. If a boss has only hit-based attacks, you're virtually invincible to them. And then, yeah, we're going to get Solar Shikari here. Maybe the reduced ignite duration is more important, but we could also just get immunity ignite on a flask. We're going to set up our flasks and do some other shit and just have some fun. Let me know what you're thinking of the new league and what you've been playing. This has been a pretty solid one. I do like the mechanics so far. Even from the beginning, it felt like the incremental progress was pretty cool. And then, how do I bring it up here? It's the only thing that's like kind of, it's like, I'd never want to, every time I'm like, all right, one more map before bed, it's like, oh wait, did I put enough gold in so my people can work overnight? Because at least you want to be farming the crops, very least. If not, throwing like your dump tab full of rares in to be turning to dust. There's cool shit going on here, so, you know, hop in if you have not yet. I highly recommend it. Take a look and keep slamming. I don't fucking know. See you later.